Well, I have a little bit of a gripe on my shoulder because a lot of people seem to hate the new Batman v Superman trailer. And, well, I got something to say about that. We are about to watch the Batman v Superman trailer. Again, if you haven't seen my reaction, I have made a reaction to it. And it was a proper one. I mean, again, it comes down to opinion. But you can't tell me that you're a huge fan. And then just because of one trailer, because you think it spoils the whole thing, the whole plot, absolutely hate it. When people are standing there just saying, but the whole plot got spoiled. No, it didn't. And now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you how it wasn't spoiled. Because if you realize, the older trailers for Man of Steel had similar reveals. Similar reveals to what this trailer has. So it's nothing new, nothing that they have spoiled. You will see what I mean when we're about to get into the trailer. So again, we're gonna do something like a shot by shot thing analysis. So here we're at a gala. On my reaction, I thought it was LexCorp. Well, again, I probably think it was LexCorp because of the whole reveal of the images and the trailer that showed LexCorp being shot out. Or what the fuck is the terminology for that? I don't know. Whatever. People shooting their speculation that it could be Joker trying to steal something from Amanda Waller, but that's just another thing. So, this place, people, again, I'm gonna comment on people's opinions, not mine. My opinions, you saw them. And you will even further see my opinions compared to others in this video. People think that Bruce Wayne and Clark Kent meet each other for the first time here, and this is at the beginning of the movie, which is false as shit. False. First of all, why would Lex be the first one to introduce them? Lex already knows Bruce Wayne. He just meets Clark Kent. Why would that be the opening scene or, the first act of the movie? That doesn't make any sense. Probably the first act of the movie would be introducing the character of Bruce Wayne. It is Dawn of Justice. It is called Batman vs Superman. Sorry, v Superman. And you cannot have this be your first scene. I get it. Oh, the flamboyant introduction of Bruce Wayne. Again, that doesn't make sense. That doesn't cover anything from what happened in the last movie. We're probably gonna get, how I would have done it. Probably the movie opens up with Bruce Wayne having a nightmare. You have a black screen, you hear voices, death screams, dar, and then you just flash in, and he just opens his eyes, he's sweating, that type of thing. That would be an awesome opening, and it will show his fear towards Superman and his, power. Not this. This is fucking stupid to open a movie with. Now, I know they're not gonna open the movie with this. Whoever fucking thinks that is a goddamn moron. Alright. I'm really gonna rant. Because before I went to bed, as you know, if you watched the reaction, I went to bed, I didn't go to bed, but I did the reaction around 6, 7 a.m. So I was staying up at least 12 to 20 hours without doing, any resting or anything. And that was insane. And then I couldn't even go to sleep because I was so excited. And I started fucking looking at the fucking dislikes on the video, the official video. The comments are absolute garbage. I wish I took the comments to put them in the video, but they're just horrid. They're like, but if they're friends, why are they fighting? You fucking moron! I don't even know how to answer your stupid question, because it's so stupid. Lex Luthor looks like, what the fuck, that one guy, whatever. God damn it, I blanked on his goddamn name. But yeah, from that other movie. Fucking Doomsday looks like the Abomination from the Hulk. What the fuck? by that assumption, anything looks like anything. What the fuck? He acts like the Riddler. Yeah. Oh man. Oh man. Oh man. Also, this guy. I have my cruiser so I can show you. This guy, I think, is potentially Jimmy Olsen. Potentially, isn't that Scott guy that in the leaks in the leak pictures had like green screen feet? So we'll get to that, but I think this is the same guy that I'm gonna refer to in a second. And just because they say, just because he says you must be new, doesn't mean that necessarily this is right at the beginning of the movie. Again, I'm trying to emphasize exactly that because it isn't true. It cannot be true. It just doesn't make any sense. So this could be the moment where he is actually, thinking, well, this Batman guy really needs to be tracked down, being kind of baited into it. And I feel this is happening after Bruce Wayne has talked to Lex Luthor about taking down Superman. Because he seems very upset, like very wind up to go against Superman. See, again, he comes straight forward with it. I mean, I get it, it could be just journalism, but a very specific one, right? Directly to Bruce Wayne. Come on. Again, this is probably a reference to Aquaman. Just say it, if you think about it. It could be a reference to Aquaman. And now I'm gonna go back a little bit because I didn't pause it. Because I wanted to show you this. This guy, everybody thinks is like, is that Oracle because of the wheelchair and potentially red hair. Like, what the fuck? How the fuck can you tell that's red hair? You can barely see anything. That is probably that guy from before who that Scott guy is playing. So, that could be Jimmy Olsen. Well, it kind of makes sense being in that scene since there is nobody else there. Essential. Like Superman. And there's no point in them being there unless one of these characters has to have something to do with something. Unless you have somebody else walk in the scene, which doesn't seem, to make sense. Yeah, see, this is the part. He says how hypocritical for him to say that Batman is a vigilante, which refers to him being Superman, which is again a vigilante, in a way, And he knows. He knows he's Batman. If he doesn't know he's Batman, that would be better. But again, I don't think this is the beginning of the movie. There's no way it's the beginning of the movie. There's no way Batman would just know that is him. There has to be something that triggers him realizing that Clark Kent is Superman. And that is after that fact. And again, I don't get this. Most of the so again, this probably happens after the resolve of the Superman problem, where Superman is already declared a hero rather than, this figure of controversy, as they would say, if he says that. Because that means most people now have accepted Superman as a savior rather than, what the previous trailer has shown, where people, I don't want to say rebel, but more like protest against him. Reference to the Joker, obviously. Also referencing to Superman hiding behind a persona and calling him a clown, obviously. And again, that I can't believe how many people missed this. How do you not, you don't say that to a person you've just met. I get it, you're trying to put it in him, but if he doesn't know you're Batman, what's the fucking point, right? So, at this point, Bruce Wayne probably speculates that Superman, aka Clark Kent, knows that he's Batman. But trying to hide it from the public. And here we come to the controversial part, well, at least for the most controversial part of the trailer. The portrayal of Lex Luthor by J.C. Eisenberg. Just let's listen.
Bruce Wayne, maybe Clark Kent. I love it. I love bringing people together. How are we?
I love it. I personally love it. I know that's not the Lex Luthor that we know. I mean, from the comics. But it's the Lex Luthor that is the new interpretation of it for this universe. All you gotta do is just accept it. Why can't you accept it? Nothing is always gonna be the same as it always been in the comics. Yes, we know. Oh, they're trying to make the perfect portrayal. For Batman, yes, because Batman needs a perfect portrayal. Because we haven't gotten one in forever. The closest one was Keaton. Sorry, Bale, man, but you're not my favorite Batman. And Lex Luthor has had previous interpretations that were pretty solid. And it doesn't hurt to try something new. And I actually am down with the idea. It's the same thing with Fantastic Four that I was curious about Dr. Von Doom. The new interpretation. They really fucked it up, the whole whatever. But I was really excited. And this is kind of similar to that, but I don't think that Warner Brothers DC are going to fuck it up the same way Fox fucked that up. And again, people have been comparing this Lex to the Riddler from Batman and Robin, or was it Batman Forever? I don't know, one of those. But yes, in a way, the acting is that. But this is, you gotta remember that this movie is, it's not just the movie, but the whole world itself is people with masks. Bruce Wayne is the mask of Batman. Clark Kent is the mask of Superman. This Lex Luthor is the mask of the real Lex Luthor, which we'll see later on. And this is what people do not realize. I don't understand. He's crazy. Lex Luthor is crazy. And again, yes, he's very smart. Yes, but does smart have to mean that you don't have to be crazy? In this case, Lex Luthor, because he's a genius. He's smarter than Superman. He's smarter than Bruce Wayne. Why? Again, he's not even that crazy. All he does is manipulate people and acts, like a younger guy, which he is. He's not as old as Bruce Wayne. He's not as old as Clark Kent, obviously. He's probably in his early 30s, where Clark Kent seems to be in mid-30s. This guy got his riches, through his father. So, obviously, he's evil. You don't have to worry about him not being evil enough. Just because he acts a certain way doesn't mean he's not evil. He's not Jim Carrey. He's not gonna be the Riddler. See, this is what people, again, miss. Is the whole point of, don't pick a fight with him, but actually pick a fight with him. Because this is something that they've talked about before, probably. And if not, that is, in a way, something to predict that is going to happen, because that is his goal. From even now, from there, that is his goal, because he knows who those both people are. He knows Clark Kent is Superman, obviously. He knows Batman is Bruce Wayne, obviously. This is just a front. Oh, another thing that I just remembered is, I remember during the teaser that people said, oh, but there's not enough jokes and the funny is, where's the funny? Show me the fun thing in this. And now, when there's fun, people are like, oh, it's too like Marvel, it's so funny, it's not even DC, why isn't it dark and gritty? I can't believe people are like that. Just pick what you want. If you want funny, go Marvel. If you want kind of serious, because obviously you cannot get the Watchmen serious. And even in the Watchmen, Rorschach made jokes, even fucking comedian make jokes, and they had such brutal fucking characters. So you cannot expect that to not happen. And again, we'll get to the end of the trailer where there's this little thing which is kind of cringy a little bit, but that's just the only thing wrong with the trailer. That's the only thing wrong with the trailer. So it is a fun trailer. The trailer is fun. Just because it cracks a few jokes or has a character that is of lighter tone, like Lex Luthor, doesn't mean that he is gonna be that way all the time. And there is a point in the trailer where it proves my point and the other people's point wrong, because I know that that is a front. Kind of hard to hear that, but he says that son of a bitch brought the war to us, which is when I watched it, I was hearing mumblings. I didn't know what the hell he was saying. I think this is like happening. I don't know when. It's so complicated to piece it up, which is good. That means it doesn't spoil the timeline in between. You don't know which fits where, and that is a good thing. When people say they already revealed the first act, the second act, the final act, because you know they're gonna meet at the beginning, they're gonna have a spat, then they're gonna fight, then Wonder Woman's gonna come in, they're gonna fight Doomsday, probably beat him very fast, and Dawn of Justice. Which is not true. Zack Snyder films have never been this way. When was the last time you saw a trailer for a Zack Snyder flick that revealed everything? Never! This trailer, I would compare it to that one trailer of Man of Steel, which had all the shots of fighting, showing Zod as the villain, which again didn't reveal shit because, okay, you saw Zod as the villain. And what else did you get? Did you get his motive? Did you get the revelation, the end? No, you didn't get any of that. So all we saw was Doomsday show up here, and that was it. We saw Lex Luthor create Doomsday, potentially that he was the one to create Doomsday. Who knows? Maybe it was a failed experiment. Maybe he was trying to create Bizarro. Maybe it blew up. Maybe it created into Doomsday. And somebody turns around and say, well, this is our Doomsday. Wow, whatever. You never know what the fuck's gonna happen.
Don't win this. It's suicide.
The greatest gladiator match in the history of the world.
And you can hear it in his voice. This is just... He's also been compared to the Joker, I get that. But that is kind of right, because both Lex Luthor and the Joker are both, I wouldn't say equally, but they both have the equal parts of being smart towards their own little thing, where Joker is smart for his insanity. He knows how to use that. He knows how to use it against anyone. How to get the advantage over them using his insanity. Where Lex Luthor knows how to use his brain to fuel his insanity, which is, world domination, killing Superman. You pick you want by that.
Son of Krypton versus Bat of Gotham.
There you go, you can see that. See, this is the real Lex Luthor. He's not joking, he's not high-pitched. Lex Luthor is a calm-minded, but inside his head, on the outside, he's a different person. He's also, that's the same front as when he was running for president. He wasn't the real Lex Luthor. When you see Lex Luthor go back to his office, he was all serious and he wanted to kill people sometimes. But in front of the public, he was this different person. Charitable. Come on, people. And there you go. Superman is bleeding. That was one of the things I noticed at the beginning. Superman was bleeding. I know this shot doesn't really show it, but this reminds me of the shot where, from the Dark Knight Returns animated series. It's also in a comic, but the animated series, the animated movie actually showed it better, where he got hit with Kryptonite arrow and then he got his ass whooped by Batman. I feel like since Kryptonite is confirmed for this movie, I feel like this is the part where Lex Luthor works with Batman, aka Bruce Wayne, but he doesn't know that. Or, well, he thinks Bruce Wayne doesn't know that Lex knows that he's Batman. Let's put it like that. He gets the kryptonite, and he beats Superman's ass. Shows him what it is to be. Shows him what it is to be a man. You'll see. Human. A man. Again, something people missed. Batman will be able to turn Superman into somewhat of a human to show him what it feels like to be fighting someone who's 10 times stronger than you. Meaning that Batman will fuck Superman shit up. To show him what it is to face someone who you cannot fight. Because Superman doesn't have anything without his powers. He can't fight really. He has no training, no nothing. And if you're facing up against suited up, armored Batman, you're fucked. Unless you're Superman, you're fucked. So yeah, he will do that. Also, this sequence, dream sequence, 100% sure. Or he could have some sort of epiphany of what is to come, which these look like those flying things from Apocalypse. Darkseid's planet. I'm not sure. I don't know what their names are, but that's what they look like. I remember them swarming in. It was also in the animated movie Justice League War. They did the same thing. So this is similar to the lines that Superman recedes towards Batman in Dark Knight Returns. Similar when they're fighting. He's beating his ass so bad. And this is great because you don't know that. You're speculating that. Them saying it's been already revealed, that is bullshit. That is not true. You don't know nothing about this movie. You know they will face off. And they'll become friends afterwards. Well, no shit. The Justice League movie is confirmed. Of course they're gonna become friends afterwards. But you don't know how. Oh, they're gonna fight Doomsday and then they're gonna do... Who knows? Maybe Doomsday dies, maybe Doomsday gets revived again for future installments. Because Doomsday is known to do that, similar to Superman, because, they're both from the same thing. Superman, when he died when facing Doomsday, he got revived because of his soul or whatever the fuck. Similar to Doomsday, who had the same thing. Think about it. They're not gonna bitch out Doomsday like that. Or I hope they're not gonna. See, this is the Lex Luthor I'm talking about. We're gonna get a lot of that. That is after the whole facade has fallen. And this also takes place, I think, in the scout ship. Because if you look at the walls, they resemble that of the scout ship. So he probably got the scout ship and they changed it up a bit. Since he's probably taken technology from Zod's ship as well. Zod's ships. Because there were more than just one. So that will happen also. Why are people so worried? This is gonna be the Lex Luthor. That other thing is just a facade. Chill the fuck out. Look at that shit. Abomination my ass, bitch. That is Doomsday. That is an early form of Doomsday. Doomsday has different forms, people, for fuck's sakes! Read a fucking comic! Read a fucking comic. That is the first stage of Doomsday. Who knows, maybe he'll have different stages in the movie. Who knows how fast he works, his transformation works. You never know, because you haven't seen the movie. You got no evidence of anything. Pissing me the fuck off. Oh, so the rumors were true, but yeah, they were true. So big fucking deal. You indeed needed a fucking strong enemy for the league, pre-league fight, and this badass is badass. Look at that shit. And that's the stupidest complaint I've heard. Chris Stuckman. I hated when trailers cut out the shit word. Why? That is the point where they separated from PG-13 to PG-14. I mean, again, they could drop that, but in trailers, there's no point. And this is good. This is good. Because it adds a little bit of fun for adults as well. And again, like I said, a lot of adults are going to go see it, but a lot of kids are also going to go see it. So you hear Batman say, oh shit. And you say, oh, that's the greatest line in the movie. You know, I'm going to say it 100 times, says a 12-year-old kid. You know? The parents aren't going to be happy. But again, that's just a little tidbit. That's nothing. And another complaint here. The Batman covers his fucking face when he's about to get lasered. That's not something Batman would do. But I feel like Batman's legs are stuck in that. That's what happens. Batman's legs are stuck in that. He can't get out. He's pretty fucked. You know, and then Wonder Woman comes in, saves the day. And again, Superman's there. And I feel like they're gonna rip up the front of the car, so... No, the front of the jet, that's the jet, obviously. That's not the car. Front of the bad jet, so he can get out. This is the same scene. That is not the same scene, and that is not a motherfucking gun. Love the Batman voice. Banter? Kinda shite. I mean, it doesn't matter. You know, you have to have some funny things. This is a similar line I've heard in Watchmen. And he really sounds like Rorschach, which is great, because Rorschach and Batman are very similar characters. You know, I want to say character-wise, but then again, their past, their history isn't the same, but some of their characteristics are similar. So this is good. This is good. I have a gripe with the bat neck, like it's too fat. But I understand why. It's so he can move his neck, and it's fine. This doesn't happen when they're fighting Superman and Batman. That doesn't happen then. This is after the fact they've done fighting. Think about it, people. It isn't just, oh, look, Jimsy appears out of nowhere. Okay, let's be friends, and let's fight him. That's not how. That's not what happens. Come on. And I do admit, I hate it. The Gal Gadot casting as Wonder Woman. And I'm still not completely sold on it, since she has had 0 lines so far in both trailers and teasers and whatever. That is not a good sign. Either that is not a good sign, or she probably has very little lines, which is also not a great sign. But appearance-wise, I'm getting sold on it. I got nothing else to say. I mean, you know, it kind of fits the mold. That's what I said the first time I saw it. And when they asked me, I thought she hated Wonder Woman. What do you think now? She fits the mold now. But her acting is what worries me, not her appearance anymore. Her appearance worried me before. Now it doesn't. Now her acting worries me. So there you go. Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice. March 2016. I'm ready. Are you ready? I know that this movie is not going to suck as much as people think. This movie could get the same criticism that Man of Steel got, is because people lack the understanding behind the movie. The movie of Superman, Man of Steel, was, this is a kid who's not from this earth, who's trying to adapt, who's trying to fit in, but then he gets his world shaken when it's revealed that he could be more than what he is. Boom! Superman. Potential. God. Jesus! All of them. Jesus! He became Jesus. And people were upset about that. Fucking. Same thing here. You have a certain thing that is trying to be established. Why can't you people just accept it? That Superman and Batman will fight, yes. They will be friends after that. Who knows? Maybe they'll just work together. Maybe Batman still doesn't trust him. Maybe he has to work with him to defend the Earth, you know, from Doomsday, because obviously he's going to destroy the Earth. He has to work with him, and slowly they establish a relationship. Superman and Batman were never really very great friends in most incarnations. Superman was more friend to Batman than Batman was a friend to Superman. Batman respected Superman, but that happened slowly. If you've seen him in the animated series, that has been a thing. It just doesn't happen overnight, and that's how I feel it's gonna happen in this movie. Zack Snyder loves both Batman and Superman. He wouldn't fucking do that. Come on, people. Please. For the love of God. For the love of fucking God. Wake up. This is stupid. This was a rant that I needed to do. I did the same thing with Suicide Squad. It killed me. It killed me to read all those comments. I was just like, what the fuck are these people talking about? And if you don't believe me, you can simply just go to the official Warner Bros. YouTube channel and you can look at the comments there. Even the top comments, which is hilarious to me. They're just the most ridiculous comments. The stupidest fucking things. So I hope you enjoyed this, or what I call it, this analysis rant of the Batman v Superman trailer, which is the second trailer. And hopefully, since there have been some sort of talks that there's going to be a new Suicide Squad trailer, which is going to be rated R, which is weird, that would be something I would like to react as well. And hopefully people do not freak the fuck out the same way they did with this and have some bitch ass complaints that don't make any sense. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.